Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, welcome back, folks. We are now looking at rule 2 with my student here. So we're looking at indices. We're looking at simplifying indices. This is based on the clip 111, grade C maths CD program. If you want to look for reference wise, I'm looking at some examples. I'm just going through the rules first of all. Now, if I look at rule number 2 today, my students have looked at the division rule. So, what happens when we divide? What do you do with indices now? When we divide, what do we do with indices? We minus them. Now, that is what the rules. This is our algebraic identity for indices. So as long as we have a here and a here, we're dividing by the same thing. When we consider the indices, we minus them. So let's have a look how that looks, how that shapes up in reality. Okay, let's have a look at an example. So example number 1. So we have, for example, we could have, for example, x to the power of 5. Now the question can be set out in that in the horizontal format, or you can set out in a vertical format. So I'm going to do both as well. So x to the power of 2. What do we say that is? We say, now if I want to show you the kind of theory behind it, it would look like this. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, and on the bottom we have 2 of them. So I'm actually showing you the theory behind where the minus rule comes from. So if you have 5 of them at the top, while 2 of them will cancel with the 2 of them from the bottom. Okay, so how many do we have left on top now? How many? 3. Okay, now let's see, this is now the theory behind how we get the minusing part. Let's have a look what we actually get according to our, just following the rule. The rule says when we're dividing them, we take them away. So we have the answer in terms of x, we minus the power, the first power minus the second one, which gives you x to the power of 3. So we get exactly the same answer. It's not surprising. So this here is the kind of like the theory behind where this rule comes from. And this is the now the question done without having to write them all out and cancel them all. So when we are dividing, we end up cancelling them, which relates to minusing for us in terms of everyday use. So let's have a look at another example. So let's, for example, we might have y to the power of 7 divided by y to the power of minus 3. Now, students get confused, or they get a bit kind of scared when they see the minus powers and indices and they have to minus. All you need to do is make sure that your negative number knowledge is very good and you are well versed in how to deal with negative numbers. If in doubt, please refer to my negative numbers videos on YouTube. So, what does that give us? So the rule says that the first indice minus the second one. So y to the power 7 minus 3. Okay, don't get confused with the two minuses. We have to apply our rules. When we're doing negative numbers, when you have two minuses, the minuses join up, combine and become a plus. So I'm just gonna go over that and make it into plus. So it's no longer 7 minus 3, it's 7 plus 3. So the final answer here will be y to the power of 10. Okay, so you haven't done anything wrong. You've got a number bigger than what you started with by minusing because one of the powers was negative. Okay. Are we happy with that? That was our second example. Example number 2. Okay, let's do another example. So we have now 12 to the power of minus 3 divided by 12 to the 4. What does that become? Now, because they're both 12, that's good. What do you do with the indices? The first index minus the second one. So that gives us a final answer of what? What's minus 3 minus 4? Well done, thank you. Minus 7. And that is our answer there. Okay, so we have got ourselves now 1, 2, 3 examples looking at a combination of positive numbers, positive and negative, negative and positive. I think if we look at one more example with both negatives, and that will hopefully seal the deal for us today, and then we can give you some questions. Example number 4. We have a to the power of minus 4 divided by a to the, let's do this one as a fraction. Look like a fraction. No. Okay, divided by a to the power of minus 4. Okay, well, we make this minus, let's change the minus 4 into minus 6. What do we do now? It's the first index, because they're both 8s. So first index minus the second index. So those second two minuses become a, second two minuses combined to become a plus. Not the first one. The first one stays as it is. Don't change the first one. Only the two minuses which are physically next to each other become a plus, nothing else. So we have that. So minus 4 add 6 will give us what? Minus 4 add 6 will give us plus 2. Okay? Because you owe me 4 and you have 6. I'm putting the plus there only for emphasis. You don't really need to put the plus there. And that is the final answer for our example. So as long as you are careful with your negative signs, division is not a problem. So here comes your questions for you to practice now. So there we go. We have y squared divided by y3. We have x11 divided by x to the minus 10. We have 2 to the power of 7 minus 7 divided by 2 to the 6. Here we go. 3 quick questions for you to do, please. Have a go with those while I pause the video. So we have y to the 2 divided by y to the 3. So we said the first power minus second. So 2 minus 3 will give us minus 1. When you have x both the same, when you're dividing, you minus the power. So you got 11 minus minus 10, which will give us, oops, I want to write x or y. So that will give you x to the power of 21. Add them. So we have 2 that are both the same. So minus 7 minus the 6 will give us 2 to the power of minus 13. And that's the end of that.